Hi, I'm Kristi Simpson with KristiSimpson.net, and in this crochet video tutorial I will be teaching you how to crochet this slouchy hat. It's very easy and only uses the basic of stitches, and it's very fast. So get your hook and supplies and let's get started. For this slouchy hat pattern, I used Deborah Norville Everyday Collection by Premier and a 5.0 crochet millimeter hook. For your chain, it's chain 61 to begin with, and I have already done that, so if you need to take a second and get caught up, that is quite alright. Just jump back in on round 1 where we single crochet in the second chain from the hook and in each across. Now I turn the chain over, the typical front side is the V's. Well, I turn it over and I work in the back bar so that your first row here has the same finish as the last, and it just gives it a really neat edge, and it's not as binding as if you worked in, say, just the top loop of the chain. So single crochet in each chain across and then join me back here to join and move on to round 2. Now that you have finished single crocheting in each chain, wrap your chain around and make sure there's no twist in it and slip stitch to the first stitch. And that will give you 60 stitches. Okay? If it's twisted, then your headband will be all loopy and you'll have to pull it out. So just make sure there's no twist in it. To start round 2, chain 2, this will not be a stitch. Instead, double crochet in the first stitch and in each stitch around, and when you complete that, join me back here and I will show you where to slip stitch and move on to round 3. I have completed all my double crochets for this round 2, and now we will slip stitch to the first stitch, but you need to make sure that it is not twisted again. So here we go. So if you get it twisted up as you work around, just look at it and notice what stitches you just finished, and then just slip stitch to the first stitch, not the chain 2. Now for round 3, chain 2 and half double crochet in each stitch around. Now a half double crochet is yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull it back through, and yarn over and pull through all 3. It's that easy. Okay, complete this round and join me back here to slip stitch and move to round 4. To join this round of half double crochet, slip stitch to the first stitch, and then you will chain 1. And if you will look at your half double crochet on the front, you can tell it is different than the single crochet. But if you look at the back, there is another notable difference. There is a horizontal bar that is right underneath the stitch, or right behind it, because the stitch on top is here, and then if you look, there's a horizontal bar right there. And this bar along the back is what we will be working in to complete the stitch. So what you will do is just kind of turn your work to where you can see that bar, and your hook will just slide right under it. So just single crochet in each of those back horizontal bars. See, here's the stitch on top, and then the bar is like, if you'll just turn your stitch towards you, your hook will just slide right in that bar. So complete this round with single crochet in the back horizontal bar of the half double crochet, and join me back here and we will move on to round 5. I have finished single crocheting in the back horizontal bar, and you will just slip stitch to the first stitch to join round 4. Now look at what we have done so far. We have created the base of the brim, and that last round just pulled these stitches to the front. When you worked in the back of that half double crochet, it created a ribbing here, almost like what a back post single crochet would do, but without the tension. So it still remains the same looseness as what you would need for a brim of a hat. Now for round 5, this will start the body of the hat. Chain 3 This counts as your first double crochet. Now you will place 2 double crochets in the same stitch. And then skip 2 stitches and 3 double crochets in the next. Alright, now skip 2 stitches and 3 double crochet in the next. And you will repeat that to complete this round. And whenever you complete that, skip 2, 3 double crochets, skip 2, 3 double crochets all the way around, join me back here and we'll slip stitch and move on to the next round. I have finished round 5, and to complete it, we will slip stitch to that first chain 3 because it was our first double crochet. So slip stitch. Now this next round and each round to the end of round 20 will be the same. So chain 3, which will be our first double crochet, and turn your work. Okay, do you see what I did? I just turned it around and we're going to work in the opposite direction. Now see each space in between the 3 double crochets? That's where you will be working. So there's no guesswork as to where your 3 double crochets will go. So in this first one, you will place 2 double crochets because that first chain 3 is your first double. So now you have 3 double crochets. And in each space, you will place 3 double crochets. And it's that easy. 3 here. And then just like on round 5, whenever you return all the way around, you will just slip stitch to that first chain 3 to join. Now complete round 6 through 20 and join me back here and I will show you how to fasten the top of the hat. I have completed round 6 through 20 here, and this is the brim, and this is round 20. Now turn your hat inside out, or wrong side out, however you want to look at that. Okay, now find where you slip stitched the seams. I must have hid mine really good. Okay, and place it in the center, right here. Find it and place it in the center. Now at the top, take your yarn needle and thread it with your yarn. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your yarn needle and go through both sides, the front and the back. Okay, pull it through. And then I will tie it just so that it doesn't come undone. And you can find this every time, find the center. Go through that same stitch again, just to secure it in the middle. Okay. Now, what you do on one side, you're going to do to the other. So let's start with this side. Take the center, insert your yarn needle, and insert it also in that same center spot. And just pull it tight. So then it pulls it to the center. And then it leaves you with 2 new edgings. Well, we're going to take the center of this one and pull it through the center of the hat. And then the center of the other here and pull it through the center of the hat. And this is what I call cinching it. It's just very simple. Now to the other side, take your yarn needle and put it through and pull it tight and through the center. And then like before, you have 2 new sides like that. And you're going to pull the center of each new side to the center of the hat. And then when you're finished with that last side there, cut your yarn. And I like to take a smaller yarn needle and knot it a couple of times and then weave in your ends just to make sure it does not come out. I give it an extra couple of knots here and there, just like slip stitches, knots, whatever you want to call it. Okay, weave in your ends, but I will let you do that, and then you turn it back out. And then what that does is it makes it a really pretty pull together, and it's not just bunched up, and you know, if you weave your yarn needle in and out, it's not just a pile on the top. That's uncomfortable. So now you have this pretty cinch, and your hat is complete.